Close your eyes and picture a powerful tiger, its bright orange coat gleaming in the wild, running freely through the jungle. Now, imagine that same tiger, but this time, it's trapped in a small cage. It paces back and forth, frustrated and sad, unable to roam and hunt as it was meant to. In A Tiger in the Zoo, poet Leslie Norris gives us a powerful look at the tiger's world in captivity. Today, we'll explore how this poem makes us think about freedom, nature, and what it means to be truly alive. Hi everyone, welcome to the Meghalaya Board Prep. In this video, we will explore poems, stories, and nature. We will discuss the lessons they teach and how they help us understand the world. If you love learning through literature, you're in the right place. Let's begin. The poem is about a tiger who is locked up in a zoo. Instead of being free in the wild, it walks back and forth in its small cage. The tiger is strong and beautiful, but it can't do what it's meant to do, like hunt or roam. The poet shows us how different the tiger's life is in the zoo compared to how it would be in the wild, where it would be free and happy. Let's talk about the key themes of the poem. First, freedom versus captivity. The tiger is a symbol of nature's beauty and power, but the cage takes away its freedom and makes it helpless. Next, the poem talks about humans versus nature. It shows that humans have hurt nature by locking animals in cages instead of letting them live freely in their homes. Finally, frustration and sadness. The tiger is angry and sad because it can't live the way it should. It is trapped and can't act freely. Now, let's look at the poem line by line to understand what the tiger is going through. In stanza 1, he stalks in his vivid stripes. The tiger walks back and forth inside the cage. Its body has bright and beautiful stripes. The few steps of his cage. The tiger can only take a few steps because the cage is small. On pads of velvet white. The tiger's paws are soft and quiet, so it makes no sound while walking. In his quiet rage, the tiger is very angry, but it does not roar. Its anger is silent because it feels trapped. In stanza 2, he should be lurking in shadow. The poet says that the tiger should be hiding in the jungle shadows, sliding through long grass. The tiger should move smoothly through the tall grass in the wild, near the water hole. The tiger should be near a water hole where animals come to drink water, where plump deer pass. The tiger would wait there to hunt deer, which are its natural prey. In stanza 3, he should be snarling around houses. The tiger should be growling near houses at the edge of the jungle. At the jungle's edge. This is where the jungle meets human villages. Baring his white fangs, his claws, the tiger would show its sharp teeth, fangs, and claws, scaring the villagers, terrorizing the village. The tiger would create fear in the village, as it is strong and powerful in its natural habitat. Stanza 4. But he's locked in a concrete cell. Instead of living freely in the jungle, the tiger is trapped inside a hard concrete cage. His strength behind bars. The tiger's power and strength are useless because it is trapped behind metal bars. Stalking the length of his cage. The tiger walks back and forth in the small cage, feeling frustrated. Ignoring visitors. The tiger does not care about the people who come to watch it in the zoo. It is angry and helpless. Stanza 5. He hears the last voice at night. At night, the zoo becomes quiet, and the tiger hears the sound of patrolling cars outside. The patrolling cars. These are the cars of guards or policemen moving around the area, and stares with his brilliant eyes. So, what are the main ideas in this poem? First, freedom versus captivity. The tiger should be free in the jungle, but it is locked up in a small cage. Next, frustration. The tiger is angry and sad because it can't live the way it should. And lastly, human cruelty. Humans put wild animals in zoos, taking away their freedom and natural way of life. The message of the poem is clear. The poet wants to show that animals, like this tiger, belong in the wild, not in cages. Keeping a tiger in a zoo takes away its freedom and makes it unhappy. The next time you see an animal in captivity, think about the life it could be living in its natural home. And that's the end of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. The poem beautifully shows the tiger's helplessness in captivity and reminds us that wild animals deserve to live freely in their natural habitats. Now, we'll go through a series of multiple choice questions to help you understand the key themes, characters, and messages in the poem. What is the tiger doing inside the zoo? What does the tiger's bright stripes symbolize? According to the poet, where should the tiger be? What does the tiger do near the waterhole in the wild? In the poem, how is the tiger's strength described? What does the tiger ignore while pacing in the cage? What does the tiger look at in the night sky? What does the poet suggest by describing the tiger's silent anger? The poem contrasts the tiger's life in the zoo with. Now we'll go through the most important short questions and answers from the poem A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. These questions will help you revise the key concepts quickly and effectively, perfect for your exams. Grab your notebook and let's begin. Where is the tiger in the poem? The tiger is in a zoo, trapped in a small cage. What is the tiger doing in its cage? The tiger is pacing back and forth in anger. What should the tiger be doing instead of pacing in the cage? The tiger should be hunting in the wild, hiding in the grass near a waterhole. How does the tiger show its strength in the wild? The tiger shows its sharp teeth and claws, scaring villagers near the jungle. What happens to the tiger's strength in the zoo? The tiger's strength is wasted because it is trapped in a small cage. What does the tiger stare at during the night? The tiger stares at the shining stars in the night sky. How does the tiger feel in the zoo? The tiger feels angry and trapped. What does the tiger's silent anger suggest? It suggests the tiger is angry but cannot express it loudly because it is confined. What is the main message of the poem? The poem shows that animals belong in the wild, not in cages. Keeping animals in captivity takes away their freedom and natural behavior. Now, we look at the most important lines from the poem A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. These lines carry the poem's key ideas and emotions. He walks in his bright stripes, the few steps of his cage. This line highlights the tiger's beauty with its bright stripes. But it also shows how small the cage is. He can only take a few steps. The tiger's freedom is taken away on soft, quiet paws. In his silent anger. Here, the poet describes the tiger's silent movements. Even though the tiger makes no noise, his anger is strong. He feels trapped and helpless in the cage. He should be hiding in the shadows, moving through the tall grass. This line shows the tiger's natural behavior in the wild. He belongs in the jungle, free to hunt and move as nature intended. He should be growling near houses, at the edge of the jungle. Here, the poet contrasts the tiger's life in the wild with its life in the zoo. In the wild, the tiger is powerful and dangerous, scaring people with its growl. But he is locked in a concrete cage, his strength trapped behind bars. This line shows how the tiger's strength and power are wasted. The concrete cage is a symbol of captivity, where the tiger can't live a natural life. He walks the small space in anger, ignoring the people who look at him. The tiger keeps walking in frustration. He doesn't care about the people who watch him because he is too angry about being trapped. At night, he hears the last sounds, like the noise of patrolling cars. At night, the zoo becomes quiet, and the tiger hears faraway sounds. These sounds remind him of the outside world he cannot reach. He stares with his bright eyes at the shining stars. This line is very powerful. The tiger looks at the stars, dreaming of freedom. The stars remind him of the life he used to have in the jungle. These important lines help us understand the poem's message. The poet shows us how captivity takes away an animal's freedom and strength. Tigers and all wild animals belong in the wild, not in cages. Thanks for watching. We hope these explanation questions helped you understand the poem better and appreciate the message it conveys about freedom, captivity, and the nature of animals. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more engaging content. See you next time.